Sean Grant alongside Courtney Campbell, alongside the M1 production crew, right here on the grounds of Independence Park Limited, Kingston, Jamaica. It's the third place playoff. The Waves up against the Rivers in this intriguing matchup. The two teams have met twice so far this season. However, the Waves, they won both times the teams met, but expectations are high for the Rivers because they have not won a game just yet, and many people think that they can end the competition with a win.
Well, that's what they're hoping for, and Coach Barker was just talking to his team and telling them that, listen, we can't do anything about the past, but we certainly can do something this time now to make something happen for the future, and that is we can stamp our names and make ourselves look better at the end of this tournament with a third place win. Now, they can't hold their heads down and feel badly because it's not that they've all been bad games. They've just not been able to put together the kind of cohesion and the kind of teamwork, cooperativeness on the floor that they needed to make it happen, to get wins and to actually be higher up in the competition than they are right now. As for the Waves team, Coach Robinson is probably just a little miffed and disappointed that they didn't just jump over the edge in losing to the Storm in the last game, so now they're playing for third place. So they're just going to go say, okay, listen, we didn't get it to the finals this season, so let's just take third place and go home and win.
Well, it's so funny, though, for the Rivers have lost all the games that they've played. However, for the Waves themselves, they have lost just 2 games.
Only 2 games.
Only 2 games, and they're playing for third place.
Unfortunately, but that's the luck of the draw. And when you play a semifinal and you lose, that's it. You're out. You're not going to be competing for a trophy in the top caliber or the top class. So now you're going to be competing for the third place trophy, which to them is probably going to feel a little less than where they want it to be, because they were ranked as number 2 right through the entire tournament. Now you just got to save face, hold your head up, play strong, and just finish strong.
Well, guess what? They will be banking on Ty Walker, the Shane Wilson, and the man you see now on your screen on your left, Berhanan. He will lead the charge from the backcourt.
Well, Berhanan is coming off of a 58-point game. He had 58 points in the last game, which was a losing effort for them. Unfortunate though it may seem. So they did not have the kind of spread that they would have liked, and the defense wasn't working the way they would have wanted to at all times. They lost focus down towards the last part of the game. So he's going to be doing a whole lot to try and keep it close and keep it together. And there you see beside him, Ricky Shufford of the Rivers team, himself along with the man you saw before, Anthony Otley. There he is right there. They're going to be doing all they can to ensure that they get a win today. Otley himself had 20-odd points in the last game, which is below his usual, well, just about average for him. He normally has a higher scoring percentage and a higher scoring turnout when he plays, but he needs to rely even more now on the rest of his team to get past this Waves event that's going to be happening right now.
Tip off right away. And you mentioned his name, Shufford, to Parker. Shufford really directing the traffic is for the Rivers with the left hand soft, but the rebounded by Walker. Akadi gets a start. Dixie Green has control, part of the duo, backcourt duo, which many people may say the best in the league. Oh, brilliant pass to Ty Walker, was moving, he spins, but a block, my word, from Johnson on Walker.
Well, nobody's going to be taking it easy, and we don't expect anybody to be going out here light and soft tonight. Everybody's going to be going at it full guns, because this is the final day. This is the day when everything matters for them. Whatever you're going to come away with, that's what you're going to be leaving in the record books.
Well, Shufford for 3, rebounded by Akade. Dixie Green carries the ball up court. Has been a dynamic player himself. And Berhanan in the backcourt of the Waves unit. A double team on Berhanan. Jump ball. Shufford and Berhanan tied up.
And you can see from the intensity of the defense from the Rivers team, they're not going to make it easy for Mr. Cameron to do what he needs to do. Mr. Berhanan, I beg your pardon, which his first name is Cameron, but yeah.
So in the meantime, Berhanan. Whistle comes though. Referee Simpson on that end. Bolaños in your screen. The 3 referees are in the picture right now. Referee Bolaños making the signal to the board or to the table And down the lower end of your screen, Michael Johnson. And the man with the ball in his hand is referee Simpson. Paulos Simpson.
We've got it right now. It's Paulos.
Paulos, yeah.
With the S.
That's him in your picture. Paulos Simpson. And he'll shoot two. That's Berhanen. On the start of proceedings for the Waves. And that he has done in the scoring department. Waves with a psychological advantage over the Rivers, having won the 2 games that they have played.
And speaking of wins, they were convincing wins at 100-92 in the first outing and 104-97. So you are correct when you say, yes, they have the psychological advantage, but
a foul on Black.
But the question then is, how hungry are the underdogs?
Today's Sunday, you know, and today most Jamaicans have the big meal, so they tend to get a bit hungry on Sunday.
Well, let's see how hungry they are. Let's see how much they go for it. The number 25, you see Parker.
Well, Black for 3, rebounded by Wilson. Dixon Green for the Waves. Pull up 3 from Dixon Green. Does not make it though. Came off the hand, maybe of Johnson. Did I say maybe? Well, it will be white ball, Waves ball, in white and green, and the Rivers blue and gold.
LaShane Wilson also expected to make an impact on this game.
Dixon Green with the inbound pass to Berhanen. Back to Dixon Green. Parker in defense, spinning, but Parker still stands.
Oh, there's going to be a call. You know that was going to be a call.
And that's such a no, the win on the basket. Defensive
That's
foul.
going to be a call.
Well, referee Johnson took his sweet time to make the call. The whistle was blown, but in terms of where the ball would have gone, the direction did not come till after the ball rolled around and went in.
Well, there had to have been a call there because the contact was certainly very heavy. And as you see Parker taking the shot there, he also came up big in the last game. But certainly that foul call was going to come because of the impact of that contact.
Berhanen, it tipped away. Johnson comes away with it for the Rivers. Went up against Wilson. A nudge there from Wilson. From Walker, pardon me, not Wilson. And will send Johnson to the line. Walker telling it's his fault. He was timing him though, but used his right shoulder to just take him off base.
He did try, but there was not much that he could do because Johnson did exactly what you would expect. He kept man and ball separate by his body. Put it up off the glass, unfortunately didn't get the shot and missed the first free throw.
Well, Johnson has another attempt from the line. And does not make it. Rebounded now by Wilson. So Wilson carries the ball up court. Not the greatest ball handler skills, but he goes by Johnson and is fouled by Black.
Mr. Black, that was ticky-tack.
Ticky-tack from Black.
Ticky-tack from Black.
Oh my word, you're rhyming today.
Ticky-tack from Black, he didn't have to make the slap. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. Am I continuing?
Where will it end? Hopefully now Wilson makes the first. 2 from the line for Wilson. His first point of the match in the first quarter of the third place playoff has been a dynamic 4 weeks. It's Elite 1 Caribbean Basketball League, the winter season. Brewer was injured for 2 games, was out for 2 games due to injury, groin injury. Put up jumper for Brewer, but rebounded by Berhanen. Johnson wanted to use his long arms to get the ball, but Akade takes a 3.
And makes it. Yes.
Sweet and dandy from Akade.
Early start out for Akade.
So timeout being taken.
And that, you see, is now the impact of Coach Ludlow Barker, who was noticeably absent from the last game, but he's here now in all his presence. And as you see,
so there you see Coach Ludlow Barker having a discussion with his players though. And the Rivers, who are yet to record our victory, is from 7 games played. are yet to score a basket in this matchup.
Well, that's why Coach Barker took the time out, because he doesn't want the Waves team to develop that flow and start running away with this, which is going to make it even more difficult for his team to get back in it with the psychological disadvantage, so to speak, as well as the running of the prime three of the Waves, which is Berhanen, of course, Akade getting off to an early start, and Dixon Green is going to get back in there, and you know that Walker is going to get his points.
Well, don't leave out Wilson. He has been great on the rebound, and he leads in that category in the league. Black. The screen set by Bro. Dished out to Parker. Inside to Johnson. Johnson goes by Wilson. Can't finish with the reverse layup. So Dixon Green goes up court. Inside to Wilson. Forces away the body of Johnson and laid it in. Used the glass.
Showing the disadvantage there, I guess you could say, the frailness of Johnson compared to the other player. Frailness. He's a light-looking player. He's slim, wiry, not a lot of mass in terms of body size. So a lot of the offensive players will try and take advantage of that.
Black, a shot clock violation. A turnover.
Too little, too late, Mr. Shufford. Too little, too late. Unfortunately, he couldn't get that off before the shot clock. But I'm saying in terms of Johnson, while he is a slimmer, slender player, he does have leaping ability. So his blocks have come up very timely and very surprising to most offensive players.
Dixon Green inside to Wilson. Backs in at Johnson. And a floater.
Again, muscling his way in on top of Johnson. Johnson needs to establish himself from out further, get his feet set, get the defense up on the offensive player and keep them out.
Brewer dishes out to Johnson. Parker for three. Rebounded Dixon Green. Bounce pass to Berhanen. Oh, beautiful finding Akade. Alley-oop. Akade used the glass to his assistant to back it home. The waves are splashing on this Sunday afternoon, leading 12-0. Shufford over the hands of Ty Walker, and he laid it in, high off the glass.
Now that's a player that the Rivers team needs to get going, but they need to get them going together.
Well, let's see what Wilson has to offer up against the man called Johnson. Air ball from Wilson. Brewer comes up with it. Goes inside, and over the outstretched arms of Wilson. The rebound gathered by Walker. Dixon Green loses the hander. Black comes away with it. It's for the Rivers. Lays it off. Finding Brewer could not control. Shuffled for three. Does not make it. Tipped in the hands of Black. And can't make the layup because a big man Walker was there. Johnson.
Time to reset, team. Time to reset.
Brewer for three. And Waves had possession with Berhanen having the ball.
Aside from the fast break moves that the Rivers teams are making, they're settling for the random three-point shots.
Laying on to Wilson, who is fouled, and he shoot one from the line for a chance for a three-point play. Silly foul under the rim.
Silly foul under the rim, yes. Now looking a little scrappy with just 6 minutes into the game.
14-2, 12-point lead for the Waves over the Rivers. As you said, the first quarter, the third place playoff, Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. Wilson shoots one and only, does not make it. Rebounded by Otley. Brewer, Shufford, puts the ball on the floor. Oh, gets by the man Berhanen. He's fouled. He'll shoot two. Berhanen defensively, how would you rate him?
Defensively, he's pretty good. He's a solid defender. He does shuffle the way he needs to, gets in front of his players. Oftentimes, does not complete. Once the drive starts, he stops and then tries to go for the block from behind. But still, pretty solid defender.
Shufford makes the first from the line. Go for the second. He does not make. Rebounded by Walker. Wilson has the ball. Court. Not the greatest ball handler at all. Finding Walker running the floor. Dixon Green, lob, looking for Wilson, who finishes cleanly off the glass.
Using his full length of extension right there to collect that and put that back on the board.
Brewer for three. A wayward shooting from Brewer.
And there we go again now. I just said it. It seems like the Rivers are settling for those random three-point shots instead of working an offensive set. And then the other thing that oftentimes happens is they start to go to the individual plays. So you'll find a Shufford who will dribble until he tries to get himself a shot. No one else touches the ball.
Dixon Green up and under, can't make it. Otley comes away with it. Running, shifted, can't get. Oh, a block from Walker. Watched Otley shifted left and right and waited until he went up and swatted that out the way.
In my book, that's a bailout. You had three Waves players ahead of you. You're taking the ball. It's 1 against 3. You don't have the support. You could have pulled that back out and had your trailer pick up the easy pass for 2 easy points.
That's Otley on your screen a short while ago. Shufford puts the ball on the floor, trying to get better of Berhanen. Call for the foul. Berhanen. Otley will go, not Otley, Shufford will go to the line, but seems like he's attacking Berhanen. That's why I asked you about his defensive prowess.
Yeah, well, Berhanen seems to be the point of contact right now, so maybe they want to get him in foul trouble. So maybe it's a plan. I don't know.
Misses the first. Referee Bolaños. Shufford misses the second. Rebounded by Walker. As Akari goes up court. He's a third base player. Laying it off to Berhanen. Moves away from Shufford. Roy's there, but the jumper comes, but it's short. Air ball from Berhanen. Otley to Brewer. Just backing off Forbes and other hands, and he will shoot for a 3-point play from the line. Good flow to this from Brewer.
Well, Brewer now doing the one-man show and actually getting some success on it.
Well, Forbes being brought in for the Waves. It was not in the first game, though, not used in the first game, but since then, he has been a regular substitute, maybe the first or second changes for this Waves team.
Well, he's proven his worth and certainly been effective.
Brewer, 6.
In his minutes on the floor, but Brewer is a player.
Go ahead.
Brewer is a player that can give you some good minutes on the floor at all times. Good is good, but the team needs to gel still.
Akade with a pull-up jumper, thought his foot was on the line. Rebound by Shufford. Hammond is on the floor with Brewer. Hammond gets it, thought of a 3. The son of Burris Hammond fights inside. Up and under, Parks with a deflected block. Berhanen for 3. Oh, getting the rebound is Parks. Swinging outside to Akade for 3. Does not make it. Rebound going the way of Shufford.
Now you have numbers.
For the Rivers, attacking the rim, can't finish. Parks gets the better of Hammond. Was behind him trying to pick his pocket. Forbes has Berhanen to his right. Berhanen for three once again. He makes it this time around. Sweet and dandy.
Well, he makes his living on the scorer's cards, and
That's where he makes his living.
pretty much, he is a scorer.
Otley. Hammond swings it outside for Calhoun. Rebounded by Parks. Forbes off to the races. Goes by Hammond. Can't finish. Wilson is there, and he laid it in.
A 2-3 zone.
Otley for three. Not the greater three-point.
Not at all. So if you're the Waves, you're happy with them taking those shots. They're not making them, and you are collecting the rebounds.
Akade dishes to
Oh,
no one. Maybe the bench of the Rivers.
maybe. Misconnection.
Well, just maybe, I said. Well, that's the case at all, you're saying. Calhoun now on the court.
The 7-footer out of Jamaica.
Is he really 7 foot? Big set by Calhoun. Shufford goes around, Forbes, and lays it in.
He can do that, but not enough. They need a more
Berhanen.
balanced approach to the offense.
Now let's see. Berhanen attacking the rim, fouled, and he gets the bounce. A three-point play for Berhanen. Was aggressive that time out. The last 3 times he had the ball in the attacking area, was taking 3-point attempts. Made
Well,
his last one, and then he attacked the rim.
He's playing the in and out game because what he's showing you that he can shoot it from outside. If he gets the ball, he expects the defense to come to him. If they come to him, then he's going to drive by them and go to the hoop.
Otley attack. Oh, poor pass from Otley. Parks was there to block that pass.
3-second violation.
A turnover from the Rivers, as pointed out by my co-pilot, as we're flying over the National Arena. Are we?
Yeah, we're flying over and enjoying
Enjoy the flight this afternoon.
Enjoying the
Oh,
flight.
the lane is wide open, and he
You knew it was
slams
going to be
home.
hammered down. You knew he was coming with that hammer. Once he got that space, he wasn't going to let that slide.
The defense did not collapse. It broke away. Otley thought of a three. Forbes doing the defensive work. Shufford. Using the baseline. Oh, what was Forbes? If I was Shufford thinking about? As Ron Robinson, the coach of the Waves, in your screen, taking out Berhanen. Forbes will guide proceedings. And McLean is on. Forbes attacking the rim, he's fouled.
And now we have Shufford again in discussions with the referee.
Well, McLean does not get a lot of minutes, but he's on the court in this third place playoff.
Well,
Go ahead.
This is the last game for the season.
I never knew that, though. Thanks for pointing that out. When he gets the bounce, Forbes makes the first. DeAndre is his first name. If you look on the jerseys of the Waves, they're the only team that has the Jamaica flag on it out of the 4 teams.
Well, let's hope they can play this game with some more Jamaican pride and finish this game with a win for their sake.
Bounce pass inside to Otley from Hammond. Double team. Double team comes on the baseline. Finding Calhoun. Can't put it in Calhoun. Hammond brilliantly done, finding Shufford out from the baseline, banking it home. Good move from Mr. Shufford.
Trapping defense got them in all kinds of trouble, but luckily they came away with the pass from Hammond to Shufford.
Forbes dishes out to Levy, was by 2, and to no one. He was looking for the movement of Parks. The Parks was behind the defender, was not cutting inside, and he passed it to the referee.
I think Parks was trying to clear the way for him to continue his move.
Was pass inside. Oh, can't finish. Rebounded by McLean.
I believe that's Nelson for the Rivers.
Oh, that jumper from Nelson. And can't finish. I'll see the number 30 jersey. Forbes. Parks puts the ball on the floor. Off the glass, a soft touch.
Nice soft touch, nice dribble.
And he's 2 seconds left. And lays it high. Calhoun was there to make sure it went in. End of the first quarter, 30-12, the Waves over the Rivers.
Not going the way Coach Barker would have liked, and I don't know what he's going to do now to try and encourage the team a little more, because he had a very strong conversation with them at the beginning of the game, just before they took the floor, and he's not getting the kind of production that he was asking for.
But Kerry can't catch that ball, so I have to split the time between the two of them. All right, look.
Let's join the Rivers. Let's join the Rivers with Coach Barker.
Come again. See? So one to the here. We have somebody here. 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 The ball is here. The ball is there. Weak side man, you are here. You have to drop here. Relocate. Let them see the crowd. If the ball pass, when you have him up, make sure you angle him and send him that way. That way. No matter what you try to do, and we'll continue to rotate to the back. See if we help each other. Communicate. That's what I'm telling you, Coach. Tell us, switch brains or not. Just tell us. Yes, I've been talking.
Well, there see Coach London Barker, though. We were here before, was Coach Robinson of the Waves.
Yeah, that was Coach Robinson you heard, but the image you're seeing is still Coach Ludlow Barker from the Rivers, and here we have Coach Barker and what he's saying to his team inside the coach's corner.
Well,
So
that's
Coach,
a lot of stages of what he's saying, though, in terms of Coach Barker. I mean, not happy with his players at all for the Rivers. Trailing somewhat by how many points, my good friend, at the end of the first quarter?
I don't know, but my math tells me that's about 18 points.
About 18, not 18 itself, but about 18.
Just about 18 points after 12 minutes of basketball.
Yeah.
Not where you want to be as a coach, a player, or a team. Now, you've got to find a way to pull it together, make the stops, put points on the board.
So, start of the second quarter. Parker to Shufford. Shufford swings the play to the left. Otley attacking the rim, can't get the roll. Rebounded by Parks. McLean goes forward.
So the Waves team are not going to give Anthony Otley an easy look at the basket any at all.
Shufford attacking the rim around McLean and laying it in. 9 points so far for Shufford. Rivers starting the second quarter with an 18-point deficit. Now becomes 16 with that basket. Forbes inside to Parks, and he was fouled. I think by Shufford, though.
Well, the space was certainly there, and Parks made the cut on the inside. The lob came over. Maybe a little slow on the pace of Parks in getting to the space, but certainly the kind of movement and passing you want to see from your team.
Is that a foul on Hammond? Yes, it's a foul on Hammond. Where's number 6? McLean. And it forward. Trying to cross over though. Had Parker at his mercy.
That's Brown.
And he's fouled. He'll shoot 2 from the line.
Jermaine Brown. Not a whole lot of minutes in the series, but looked good on that move just now. Oh, somebody forgot to tell Parker that they're shooting 2.
You think? Brown makes the first. That's a good hairstyle. Would you wear something like that?
I'll think about it. I would think about it.
Yeah, a long thought process?
No, but I wouldn't ask you if you would wear that.
No, not today. Hammond tips it forward to Parker. It will be blue ball, though.
Parker did all he could to try and get himself a win and for his team. Just didn't work out.
He has the ball now. Brewer. A jumper from Brewer over the backboard. And McLean held on to the ball himself, believed it was there, and stepped out of bounds. Why?
Miscommunication. You just
All you
everybody's.
had to do was box out.
Yeah, but they went for the board. They skied high and got the board.
Otley not getting the bounce at all. The night not starting out well for Otley.
Oh.
Was the team's top scorer. Brown, big set by Parks. Thought number 3. Attacking the rim,
Wow.
can't get the roll. So Rivers come away with it through Shufford. Skips over McLean's hands and laying it in. Forbes was there, seemed like he was dancing more than defending.
There's not much you could do when Ricky Shufford starts moving like that.
Oh, come on. McLean going by Hammond, laying it up
Nice
in.
finger roll. Could have almost gotten a call on that.
Oh, my word. Brewer. Inside to Shufford, back outside to Brewer for 3. Does not make it. Rebounded though by Otley. Dishing outside to Brewer once again. Parker cuts inside, fighting Hammond for 3. Does not make the 3-pointer, but McLean makes a rebound. Forbes attacking Brewer, does not finish. And it will be white ball. So says referee Bolaños. He said it came off the shoulder of Parker.
Parker would not be happy about that, as would I, because
Why wouldn't you be happy with that, though?
because clearly our Waves player was outstretched that way and hit the ball that direction, and Parker was just standing there.
Yet you could be standing there and still hit your shoulder and go outside that way. Depending on what part of the shoulder hit. The top part would go in the air, the back part would go behind, the front part would go out.
All right, all right.
Walker back in.
The dynamic duo back in.
Walker playing about, had a contract for the Boston Celtics. A Cardiff for 3. Rebounded by Otley. Played about 2 weeks. A floater does not make it though, but a card is there. Swings it to Berhanen.
Oh, Berhanen, you could have given it to him.
Thought of it, oh, turning, no look pass to Dixie Green. And it's an air ball from Dixie Green. Brewer.
Oh,
Spinning.
Brewer.
Oh, the block from Walker. But I think though the foul will be called on Akade.
Yeah.
Brewer will shoot 2.
Yeah, but that just shows you the intensity of the defense, because Walker wasn't even going to let that go a part of the way. So had Akade even moved out of the way, Walker was there to clean that up.
Brewer with the first. missing. Let's see if we'll make the second, or I'll design a poster. I will design a poster for Brewer, missing with a basketball on it. Otley, oh, he put Wilson in the air, but a poor pass from Otley to Parker, who could not handle that ball, deflected off his right hand.
We're going to have to call that a poor pass, but the ball could have made its way around from top and then back down to Parker on that side, so not necessarily the best choice that Otley made right there.
Dixon Green, big set by Walker, who cuts inside. Berhanen, pull up three, rebounded by Walker. Wilson. Versus telling him to shoot in the crowd. He cuts inside and floats, gets the bounce. I held my breath. Big smile on the face of Lushane Wilson, attended St. Jago High School and now attends GC Foster College.
Well, the high jumper jumping high, getting those 2 points, and now the opportunity to complete the three to push this lead ahead even more.
That was short. Otley with the rebound. Pull up. And Akadi over the head of Brewer, but going right to Parker. He forgot that he was wearing white. Parker swings it to Black. As Brewer to his right, he cuts inside with the left hand and looking for leading, but read well by Dixon Green. So turnover, and it will be whose ball? Waves ball.
Waves ball.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Well, let's be sure that you are positive.
Well, there you see the dynamic duo not having to do too much to make this work right now.
Inside, Walker. Turning, dish inside, now to Akade. Stepped on the line, though, helped by the nudge from Brown. Or from Black, pardon me.
From Black, yeah. And Akade just waved it off. He said, it's okay, don't worry about it. Because he could have been called for the foul.
Parker. It's just to Otley. It's the ball on the floor. Jumper, partially blocked. Berhanen comes away with it. Bounce pass inside to Wilson. Turns away from Brewer. Brilliant move.
Very nice.
From Lushane Wilson.
Very nice from Wilson. Even though he had a cutting Berhanen coming from the top, he made the turn in the opposite direction for the easy flip in.
Brewer goes by two. Takes it off to Parker. And he's blocked by who?
Mr. Walker closed the door on that one.
The door. There was a door. Oh, movement, reverse layup. Can't finish the Akade. But the garbage man himself, Lushane Wilson, picking up after Akade's miss.
So like I said, the dynamic duo not having to do too much because Lushane Wilson is picking up the slack here for the Waves.
Otley cuts inside and just waited on Walker to leave his feet. Then he made his move.
But that's his first 2 points of the evening, and we're not getting the kind of production from Otley that we would like if you are a Waves fan, if you are a Rivers fan.
Dixon Green. Are you a Rivers man, though? Berhanen. Oh, it's read well by Parker.
I am a basketball fan.
That's what you do, Mr. Parker. But you're fouled by Berhanen. A thief in the night is Parker.
It is nighttime, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I believe we have a timeout by the Rivers.
So another timeout being called with the Waves, with a massive lead, though you may call it. And my good friend with the mathematical brain has it on. And we're going to join the coaches very soon, though. We're Better join
Nathan
Ron
and
Robinson, who is having a word with his
Cam.
players. Let's hear what he has to say.
Nathan here, Ty here, Martin here, Martin here. Lucien, you're over here. Good. Both of you going for Ty, for Cameron, him going there. You go this way, Nathan. Then we have that. A double screen. Both of you on the same side. Go. You're sealing. Good.
Just heard from Ron Robinson, the coach of the Waves, and just telling the players what to do. You know, I call it the magic board from Ron Robinson. He's a national assistant coach of Exed Community College, and a former player.
Former player that I used to play against and with.
Let me a rocking chair. M1 crew, do they have a rocking chair? Because you're going to tell a story.
Can you not feel bad about you not having played nationally? It's not your fault.
Let's go to the screen. Parker from the line, trying to cut the deficit somewhat. Makes the first. Mr. Parker.
First point on the night.
And the second. So maybe that can rebuild his confidence. Verhanen carries the ball up court for the Waves. A massive lead.
Oh, nice defense from Shufford.
A steal by Shufford. And a foul, but he can't finish. He'll shoot two from the line.
Quick hands from Shufford got that steal out of the pocket. That was like a pickpocket right there.
Yes, yes, yes. But how do you know what a pickpocket looks like? Something that you trained in while you were younger?
No.
Nationally?
Something I've seen.
Yes, yeah, okay. Also, you're showing off as Shufford makes the first that I was a national player.
I was just saying.
Ask anyone from M1 Production. They're national players on their team.
Well, they're national.
Exactly, all international.
And so are you. You're a national broadcaster. Basketball, however.
Let's not go there just yet. Verhanen. Parker looking for another steal. Clock running down. Double team by Verhanen. Put it past to Dixon Green for three, and he makes it. Sweet and dandy from Dixon Green.
Those are the points that kind of make you feel bad if you're the Rivers.
Johnson cuts inside over the hands of Wilson. He backs it home. You said before, he's frail.
He just is a wiry, slim-built fellow. So the
So
bigger
he's weak.
bodies, no, I'm not saying he's weak, but the bigger bodies are going to take advantage of that.
A mismatch inside. Walker not getting the bounce that came off Walker's hand. It was a mismatch against Brewer in terms of height. But as he got that ball, he turned and quickly released it without settling down the play.
Yes, he did. And Brewer wasn't making it easy either. So Brewer was making the contact underneath, giving the bumps and nudges to try and get him uncomfortable and off his comfort zone.
Brewer for three. Rebounded by Shufford. He's everywhere. Parker. Dishes off. Johnson. A foul. And
That looks like it's going to be on Dixon Green.
Yes, it will.
The number 3 player you see right there. Plays a lot with his hands moving, especially when he's on the offense and he's dribbling. That left hand that you always speak about is always out there warding off the defensive player.
Brewer goes by, goes by Walker, fighting Johnson under the rim, banking in. That's a bullet pass if you've ever seen one.
Oh, yes.
Verhanen all alone, slamming.
That's a tomahawk dunk if you ever saw one.
Yes. Black.
They left the door open.
Brewer Good. Switching. Bounce pass, no look inside to Black. Shufford for 3. Air ball from Shufford. Verhanen picks it up, sails it down court. Fighting Akade all alone. He's fouled by Black. He'll shoot 2. Not the shot you're seeing there by Shufford. Referee Michael Johnson.
Nice turnout of the crowd tonight.
Akade missing the first. As my co-pilot says, a nice turnout.
And if people are just tuning in, this is the 3rd place playoff at the Elite One Caribbean Basketball winter season. Final day.
Grand finale. Black. Parker. Brewer. A jumper from Brewer. Oh.
A dynamic duo battling together.
Yes, they are. Even that's a good thing for them. Waves. No, look,
Nice pass.
To Parker.
Very nice.
To Parks, pardon me, who floated home.
Parks with a very nice finish. Roman Parks, 6'8" out of Jamaica.
Oh, that's a turnover. I thought I saw it in the younger game. It's going to be Wade's ball.
Well, Shufford picked up his dribble, left his feet, had nowhere to go, but down.
Well, Brewer is arguing with the referees. Decision, Melanius and Simpson. So Melanius comes over and says, "You want my assistant? Let me make the call stronger for you." It was close though. Verhanen. Dixon Green for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Otley.
Oh, Mr. Otley started to move before you controlled it. So Otley not getting it together early so far.
Not getting it together at all. Verhanen. Looking for Dixon Green, was cutting inside. He thought he was spotting up for the 3, but he went inside the arc. Verhanen
Really?
with that pass.
Yeah, but I don't know. How did that misconnect?
That I can't say though. So the whistle came though. Don't think that will be counted.
No, it won't. There was a foul committed before the move to the basket.
Down by the baseline. Shufford. Otley. A 3 from Otley. Johnson going for the rebound, and he can't jump. You said it before. He has spring in his feet.
Yes, he does. He has that height and those very long arms.
Getting the rebound to put it in. Another turnover from Verhanen. However, they have won it back through Parks. No look pass inside to Akade.
Blocked
Try for the reverse layup, which was blocked.
by Allen.
So Johnson looking for Shufford, and Shufford is saying, bounce pass, please. It's a turnover from the Rivers.
So if we're giving out hard-working prizes at this stage so far.
Well, I thought it was a turnover, though, but it's not. Well, they thought it was.
In the category of hard-working, we got to put Johnson right up there.
And Brewer to Shufford. A jumper 3 from Shufford. (18, 16 points so far for Shufford. Dixon Green, a lob looking for Parks, who was manhandled, and he will shoot 2. I saw Parks' body move without him moving. I thought it was a trick.
He was shoved. But you realize that they're going after everything because Forbes was about to slam that back home.
So Parks will shoot 2 from the line. So what's happening here? It's not a foul. It's not a
It
shooting
is, but
foul.
it's not a shooting foul. I don't.
You can agree to disagree. Disagree for 3. Oh, nothing but the net from Dixon Green.
He's made a number of those throughout the season.
Shufford inside, driving to the rim. Doesn't get the bounce, but he shoot 2. Fouled by Lushane Wilson. Shufford 2 more from the line.
Those deceptively long steps that he makes, carries his body, able to also angle and position his body in the right ways to get past the defenders.
Shufford with the first. Gets the bounce. As Allen is in, number 9 for the Rivers. And gets the second. Time is winding down in this second quarter, or the first half, any way you want to address it.
It's a little bit of both, isn't it?
Dixon Green. Wilson going left, going right. And up in the air and finishing. Lushane Wilson.
Mr. Wilson came to play today.
Yes, he did. But he put the 2 defenders in the air. And then he was acting like he was selling something. They bought it.
They bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Nothing was there.
Not for them anyway.
Not at all.
And Lushane has had maybe 2 or 3 breakout games where he's been the
Parks can't finish.
premier point of contact.
And Akane tossing for the ball with Allen. And then the number 9 for the Rivers. Black. Otley. Oh, moving well. Johnson swings it outside to Black for 3. That was going nowhere. But then Forbes saves it.
Oh!
And Parks could not release the shot. That's not his game at all. But he collected, had to do it in one motion. Collected and turned at that time.
We saw what he wanted to do.
The end of the first half of the second quarter. Your thoughts before we take a break?
Well, it's certainly flowing in the Waves' direction right now. They are looking like the Waves that were second in this competition, and they're putting all the stops in that they need to. Defensively, they're crashing the boards. Offensively, they're crashing the boards, and they're also putting points up. And Lushane Wilson has come to play again tonight. So the dynamic duo not necessarily being the premier point scorers that we would have expected. It's coming from Lushane Wilson. As for the Rivers, I don't know. They're playing almost like they're feeling like they're playing like underdogs, and they're not putting it together like they need to. They started out taking random threes, which they didn't need to. Then we can't get Otley off the mark to try and get his game back in. We're not seeing what we want from Shufford all the time. He has a few flurries of now moments. This is Shufford with the points, but they're just not putting it together as a team on the floor together as a unit. And Coach Barker has been trying his best, plugging in and plugging out players to try and get the right mix and the right chemistry out there, but it's just not happening for them.
The Waves are favored to take the 3rd place in this Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. Ends in the first half with a 90-point lead over the Rivers right here at the National Arena on the grounds of Independence Park Limited. We take a break, depart somewhat, and come right back for second half action between the Waves and the Rivers. Welcome back to the National Arena. This for the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. The winter season grand finale on this beautiful Sunday evening in the glorious country of Kingston, Jamaica. You may ask if Kingston was a country. That's why I had to put in the country's name, Jamaica. Well, guess what? The third place playoff on in earnest, 52-33. The favorites to take the third place, the Waves, with a commanding 19-point lead over the Rivers. A reminder, though, the Rivers have not actually won a match just yet. They've lost every single match that they've played. 6 in the preliminaries and the semi-final. They lost that matchup. So guess what? They're back battling for that third place. If you're just joining our broadcast here, Sean Grant alongside Courtney Campbell, M1 production team. Referee Bolaños in your screen. It's going to be Berhanen. The inbound pass. Referee Bolaños just looking on though. Parker in defense in the blue for the Rivers. Shane Wilson, more known for his high jump ability and long jump. Showing his basketball skills. Akade dipping inside, going up for the layup and connecting from Akade.
He continues to be efficient, does Akade. He hasn't had a horrible night in almost any game that I've seen him in.
And I'm glad you put that on. Parker thought of a three for the Rivers. Parker puts the ball on the floor, driving to the rim. Layup a little bit heavy. Akade on the other end. Passes off to Berhanen. No look pass.
Oh, very good.
It's in, and a chance for a three-point play. You're getting excited, my good friend.
This is Lushane Wilson's night. And he has come to play.
So Lushane Wilson, as stated before, St. Jago alum, GC Foster College student, and also a national, as you mentioned, national earlier on. I'm going in that direction.
we just keep talking about nationals now, right?
Jamaica's national high jumper as a youngster. An outstanding talent, though. Many persons think he can make the standard for the World Championships later this year in the high jump capacity. but he has made a name for himself in the basketball arena. A chance for three-point play converted.
At 23 points, 9 rebounds to go with his block and steal and assist. Lushane Wilson is looking good tonight.
Brewer for 2. Going for the rebound was Dixon Green Akade. He got it instead. Verhanen trying to split the defense. A foul by Brewer.
They gave him the continuation on that.
Oh my word. That could have been debated.
I would say it is debatable.
But he shoot 1 from the line. A chance for a three-point play.
Speaking of national.
59-33, you're saying.
Speaking of national, referee Bolaños is from where again?
Why is that?
Isn't he from Guatemala?
Yes.
So he's a Guatemala national.
Let's continue. Otley, high off the glass for Otley. He has been missing in action for the first half. This is the third quarter. In the second half, and still the Waves are dashing and splashing, but Dixon Green can't answer.
Not a bad move from Dixon Green, just couldn't finish.
Shufford laying off the glass, going around Wilson. Shufford on 20 points and 4 boards. Verhanen goes around Parker and recovers, and a foul. And Brewer has to be careful. He's not called for the technical.
He's not happy
Can you read
at
lips,
all.
though?
I can, and I didn't want to repeat what I read.
I can repeat it, though.
And we can hear it from here, too.
I can hear what he said.
But
he said, referee, I don't like that call.
that's exactly what I thought he
That's
said.
exactly what he said. In a colorful way, though.
So, Verhanen gets bailed and makes the first.
And goes for the second and makes it. 16 points for Verhanen. Otley get up against Lushane Wilson. Wilson going for the steal. Otley trying to bedazzle him.
Oh,
And a floater from Otley. It goes in. Dixon Green for 3. And he makes it.
that's a way to erase 2 points from somebody who just scored.
That's one way. Otley. He's feeling it. But that's an air ball.
But as a team, the Rivers aren't needing that.
Akade for 3. Are you kidding me, Akade?
The Rivers team need everybody on the same page.
Movement of Parker, and reverse layup doesn't work. Akade for the Waves. Pull up jumper, that's short. Brewer. Bounce pass to Shufford. Held on after the second attempt, laying it off to Johnson, who bangs it home. Verhanen directing the traffic for the Waves. Dixon Green puts the ball on the floor. To around Johnson, can't lay it in. Rebounded by Brewer. He finds Shufford, then to Parker, then to Johnson.
Oh, Mr.
The ball slipped
Johnson,
out of his
that
hand.
slipped.
Was it a slip? Was that a slip?
The ball gave him a slip.
Oh, wow. Eventually, they got 2 points through Otley. It's now on 8. Verhanen looking for the big man. Akade for 3. And he rattled in his third 3 of the game.
Third 3 of the game, 14 points so far. Nice game for Mr. Akade.
Brewer. Bounce pass to Otley. Turn a fadeaway jumper. Johnson with a tip. And it will go to the blue team. Verhanen, though, held onto the ball.
Why did he do that?
He did not try to hit it off any player, opposing player.
He just jumped.
He just jumped, held on, was outside. So it will be reverse ball. Brewer. Inside to Johnson. Turning away from McCartney. Otley for 3. Oh, sweet. And a dandy from Otley.
Maybe that can wake up the sleeping giant.
Wilson for 3. Are you kidding me? Rebounded by the big man himself, Walker, who banks it home.
Didn't have to work too hard. He had Brewer on his back. The height difference is too much.
Shuffled to the basket, and he answers. Went through a maze, you may call it. Oh, the poor passes from Bohannon saw the movement of Shane Wilson trying an alley-oop from nearly half court.
So we know he could go up there and get it, but the ball was just too close to the rim.
Too flat.
Came off the rim, a little too flat for him. Couldn't quite connect on that.
Finding Parker going around the corner and banks it home. Poor
They gotta
positioning though from defense.
Yeah, now the Waves have to be careful and not get flat-footed.
Bohannon attacking the rim, wanted to slam it home over Johnson. Brewer thinks of a 3. It's only a thought. As a rebound by Shane Wilson, finding a Carney, who banks it home. Timeout has been called, I think, by Coach
Barker.
Ludlow Barker.
So Coach Barker wants to talk about it.
See him on your screen in that blue polo shirt, like he's ready to fight a battle.
He's taking a moment to gather himself to decide how he's going to speak to the team.
So let's join Coach Ludlow Barker for the Rivers.
Every time we get close, though, we shoot ourselves in the foot. Right? We shoot ourselves in the foot. Every time we get close, we give up an easy one. Right? Yeah. So we now get back and fan out and pick up. All right? We now identify who we're guarding. So from we're not doing that, we're in trouble. All right? Come on, Dave.
Well, that's Coach Ludlow Barker there of the Rivers. And as he said a short while ago, every time they get close, they let it go.
Yeah, well, I believe his actual phrase was they shoot themselves in the foot, which is absolutely correct. The slack defense, the not getting back, the not fanning out, and not identifying, because I believe they're playing a specific man-to-man defense right now. So identify who you're guarding, and you're supposed to check that man, and you're supposed to be there, live in his shadow for as long as you can, and try to make the turnovers.
Johnson, Brewer, bounce pass to Shufford, who turns. Bohannon there in defense. Johnson can't float it in, and the rebound going the way of the big man Walker. Dixon Green for 3. Rebounded. The Johnson as he tosses with the Shane Wilson, and it's a jump ball. And
no, Mr. Allen, there's not much you can do about that.
It's all smiles though, Allen.
Both of you had your hands on the ball. It's going to be called a jump ball.
So rolling the ball, so no time is off the clock. Time will start move when Otley picks it up. And that it does. Otley, a 3 from Otley. Rebounded as the man called Shufford gets a bet of Bohannon and laid it in. Bohannon thought he had it all in terms of the rebound.
He did think so. But now this is where they need to do what Coach Barker is saying and play some defense and get another stop. The more stops they can get and get points back on the board, the closer they can get this game back in check.
Bohannon, the big man, Shane Wilson coming in for the jumper. That was short. He had the big man onto the rim though. Why didn't he try to lay it in?
That would have been the right thing to do, but he's in the moment. He's probably still feeling it from the energy he had earlier, so maybe he thought he had that shot.
Maybe, just maybe. Brewer. Bounce pass inside. Utley. Turning and losing the handle. It's a turnover.
So even though they have this 23-point lead, I'm not liking what I'm seeing on the Waves defense right there. I could see two reverse players on the baseline under the rim, which is why that pass was coming in. And that, from a team, if it was a team that was a little bit more active and on point, they would have been suffering, the Waves right there.
Yes, they would.
So
go ahead.
The point I'm trying to make is you can't get complacent. Though you have this lead, it really doesn't encourage you if you start making sloppy plays like that on defense.
And Brown now brought in for the Waves in number 30 jersey. Forbes also, and showing still though. But I think though that Brewer was on the line when he stopped the run from Forbes. Seen by referee Bolaños. Have you ever been to Guatemala?
No, I flew over it once.
I thought you'd have said you rode past it. Brown puts the ball on the floor. The pick this by Parks, who failed to answer. He stepped on the line.
Oh, the ball fell on the line.
Ball fell off. So it will be Waves' ball. Rivers thought it was theirs. So the ball fell on the line, not the player.
No.
Davis back in for three. In the meantime, here comes Shufford. Dishes out to Brewer. Brewer for three. Good movement by Parks, showing that he has some balance. Michigan turning.
Allen with the body check instead of sliding the feet.
So Levy back in. As also, you see McLean. And Forbes also in. And that's sweet from Bohannon. Score 75-52. No, 77-52. Shufford. Bounce pass to Parker. Then to Brewer. Allen.
Nelson.
So Parker laying it up, but the ball can't be tipped in. No, it is tipped in by the number 9, Allen.
Kamar Allen.
So that's a foul. Goes the other way.
McLean is called for the travel. Booked his ticket and ran off.
That's your comeback line?
That's my line.
Shufford goes around Parks with the left hand. Brilliant. They're done laying it up off the glass, Mr. Shufford.
We know he can do that. He does do that.
26 points on the night for Shufford. Ricky's his first today. Brown can shoot a three. Ooh. But ball goes outside. Will be Rivers' ball.
Chairs
Parks.
Flying everywhere.
That's Parks. Not following his name at all, to park.
Well, there's no way to park there.
It's a runaway train.
I think there's a timeout now.
Third quarter winding down. And Coach Ludlow Parker will have a few words to say. But Rowan Robinson looks quite confident. as this team is way ahead in this fixture. But Robinson is having a debate there, this team. But in the meantime,
So
are they comfortable though, the Waves?
they do have a comfortable lead, and they do have the benefit of the flow being in their direction. The Rivers can't put together enough to make this a game for them at this point. But this right now it's the Waves game to take home or to let slip from loose plays. Now, like I pointed out, they can't afford to sleep on defense because players like Shufford, players like even still Otley, we still have our faith in Otley, players like Parker, those players can put points on the board and they can get back in this thing as if they're only down by 21 points.
Only down by 21 points and the third quarter.
In the third quarter, so you have another 14 minutes of basketball in totality.
I'm just following what you're saying though. Nelson, a jumper from Nelson, that was short, rebounded by Walker. Wilson. Parker going for the steal. He's appealing that it is Rivers' ball. However, Wilson thought the other way.
The appeal failed.
No, he won it.
No, the appeal from Wilson.
Oh, well, Wilson didn't appeal us. He thought that he just had it. Parker for three. Rebounded by Walker. Akade. Berhanen. The big set by Walker. Walker wants it. He gets it. And the shot with that layup. Shufford. Wait for a bounce pass by Shufford. Can't be held. Berhanen stepped outside, out of bounds. So it will be Rivers' ball. Not like the call by referee Balaños. What call should he have made?
He made the exact call that he should have made because Berhanen stepped and then threw the ball.
Step and throw. Oh, sweet by Shufford. That is a two-pointer.
29 points for Shufford.
Berhanen trying to answer, but coming away with it. Nelson. Allen. And Parker going for the steal. And a turnover for Berhanen.
That's the second one going against Berhanen. He's probably going to have a few things to say in his mind.
In his mind, he's saying it. But at least he's saying it, though. Shufford cutting inside under the rim. Oh, everybody thought it was a reach-in foul. Nelson lost the handle. Berhanen attacking the rim. Oh, he's fouled. Was going to slam it home.
He was going for a posterization. Luckily for Allen, he got his hand to it.
But Berhanen will shoot two from the line. The first from Berhanen, nothing but the net. Cameron has 17 points on the night with 2 boards and 6 assists.
So he's been doing it on the dish out end.
When he gets it back, attacking the rim once again, he'll shoot 2. He will shoot 2 more from the line. Got it back inadvertently. So on the 2 minutes in this third quarter, Berhanen makes the first. And the second.
So buries them both to push his tally to 19.
Well, 19 points, as you may say. Parker carries the ball up court. Shufford puts the ball on the floor. Berhanen, defensive. Oh, that was sweet from Shufford. Had Berhanen does it before the pull-up jumper. Turning is Berhanen. double teamed, started away by Parker, will be called for the foul. He wanted to get referee Simpson to say, hey, where you going? That's not a foul.
That looked like what he said.
So I'm seeing Bolaños is saying something different. It's a shooting foul. Referee Simpson was saying it's a non-shooting foul, but Bolaños, the lead, overruled and said, no, it's a shooting foul.
Schuffer doesn't think it should have been a shooting foul.
Well, I don't think anyone on the court thought it was. Shot again from the line.
Well, they say poetic justice, eh?
Otley for three. Oh, sweet and dandy from Otley. We spoke about his performance in the first half. He has stepped up in the third as it winds down.
I'd have to say just a little bit, but there is more that we know that Mr. Otley is capable of.
So Cardi having a word with his coach, Ron Robinson, as the referee. Simpson making sure everything's okay because he shoot two from the line. Akade wanting to increase the lead of the Waves. Has been extremely aggressive, Akade.
Yes, he has.
On both ends of the court.
An all-around solid performance from Akade.
Misses the first. And the second. Otley gets the rebound, but it gave it to Wilson, who gives it to Akade. For what reason, I don't know. He had a clear passage to the rim, but so he passed it Parker for three, and nothing but the net.
Okay, Sir Parker.
So the shot clock turned off. 11 seconds to go to complete the third quarter. Verhanen goes around everyone and lays it in.
Flat-footed on defense, no one moves, nobody collapses.
Nelson. And that's it. That signals the end of the third quarter. And signaled by referee Simpson, that's the end. So 82-67 for the Waves over the Rivers at the end of the third quarter. My good friend CC Courtney Campbell, can you tell me more?
I would like to think that the Rivers are trying to make a run of it and actually try to make this game a little bit closer than it has been. In fact, I think they want to make it a lot closer than it has been. And Coach Barker, you heard earlier on saying that every time we step ahead, we shoot ourselves in the foot and we allow them back to run the lead back up. They need to put together a bunch of defensive stops with a lot of scoring. Shufford is feeling it again. Otley seems to be coming alive again. Parker, you saw, just made a nice shot. They can put numbers on the board, but they have to do it in conjunction with making the defensive stops and making wise decisions on offense.
So you saw there, Akade was speaking to LaShane Wilson, and I know what they were talking about. And then on the other end of the court is the Rivers, with Otley being very vocal. So too Coach Ludlow Barker.
So too is Black.
So a lot of discussions happening in that huddle with the Rivers.
They have a lot to talk about, but it's fairly simple and straightforward what they have to do. Their mission is very straightforward, what they have to do. They just have to do it.
So they have to do it, according to you. None of that's the case, though. Can they do it? Have to is one possible point, but the reality is the big question over their heads hanging, can they do it?
I don't think the big question is can. I think the big question is will they do it? You have to have that will to win, that will to work, that will to make it happen. Will they do it? That's the more important question.
And I heard some fans earlier, they're thinking they don't. From what they've shown so far in the tournament, without a win, well, they have played some good games, though.
Yes, they have.
They have lost by single digits more than one occasion.
Yes, they have.
So, but they think, though, the fire is out.
The fire in the river?
The fire in the river is out. You know why?
Why?
Well, the river has dried up. That's what they say, not me. Sakata having a word with Lashane Wilson. They're still speaking. Because Lashane Wilson, though, had the ball baseline, an easy passage to the rim. Instead, he passed it to Akade, who was off the rim.
Overly generous.
And he was beside two defenders.
Overtly generous.
So he puts it on the floor. Shane Wilson dishes out to the big man himself.
He's going to get called with his foot on the line.
So his foot was on the line. He talks to himself a lot. That's Ty Walker.
Well, he might be upset that he missed that first put, the first attempt at the basket, and then not being able to gather it, and ended up with the turnover.
So foul. Loose ball, it goes the other way. As illustrated by referee Bolaños. 2-5, Parker called for the foul.
Parker's still trying to figure out what he did.
Well, the referee just showed him using his right elbow to push off the player.
He doesn't think he did it.
Have you ever heard of any player who was called for a loose ball foul to say that, oh, yes, I did it?
Let me think about that for a minute.
Okay.
As Bohannon takes it across and dishes to Walker.
Oh, Wilson was going for the rebound, mistimed. Otley. Shufford puts the ball on the floor quickly. Back to Otley. Black. 3 from Black, and he gets it in, rattled in from Black. The shortest man in the arena.
They needed that.
Why did you look at me when I said that? Shortest man in the arena. As a player, can I say that? As a player.
Yeah.
Bohannon for 3. Sweet and dandy from Bohannon. Otley attacking the rim. And who was there? Was Walker.
Not the finish he would have liked.
Akane, a floater, and he gets it in. Remind me, though, that White is in.
That what?
White is in. Color White. Brewer attacking the rim.
It is.
Otley with the rebound and the putback. Now Johnson, short. Comes away with it, Walker to Bohannon. Has Dixon Green in his sights, but off the boot of Walker. Otley against, Lashane Wilson finding Shufford. Reverse layup. And alley-oop finding Dixon Green, who laid all in.
Every now and again, a few signs of working together.
Otley for 3. Bohannon with the rebound. Wilson back to Bohannon. Goes baseline. Reverse. But put back by Lashane Wilson after the rebound.
That's the man of the moment for Team Waves, Lashane Wilson.
25 points on the night. 12 boards. Almost a steal from Walker. Lashane Wilson hit it off the boot or the thigh of Shufford, and it goes outside. It will be Waves ball.
They had it down to as little as a 17-point lead. It's now back to 19.
Dixon Green attacking the rim, reverse layup and in. Brilliantly done by Dixon Green.
Welcome to the party, Mr. Dixon Green.
Oh, Brill, that was a wonderful from Otley. Laid it off the Black. No look pass from Black. This to Shufford. A reverse layup from Shufford. 2 more points to his name. 2 more points to the Rivers. 35 points to Shufford on the night.
Well, he's been putting numbers on the board, but they still need a team effort. They need the defense.
Rebounded by Black. It's going to be Anthony. High off the glass, but tipped in by Parker. There's no one boxing out at all. Berhanen, he wants it.
Berhanen wants to take over now.
Going by Parker. High off the glass and in.
This is his time.
Oh! Slam it home, shuffle. That's not an exclamation point. That's a hammer. Laying down the nail.
Well, you need some defense now to make that actually make its mark.
Shane Wilson off the glass.
Wow.
27 points for the Shane Wilson. Parker, defense not set. A foul by Dixie Green will send Parker to the line to shoot 2.
So now the Rivers team got to look at each other and got to ask themselves, do we want to go home with a third place trophy and some third place medals?
That's what you're asking?
They have to ask themselves that.
Oh, they ask themselves that, though.
They have to ask themselves that. And they need a serious, honest answer from each of them, because Parker is putting it all out on the line. Otley is on and off, sporadic at best. Shufford is putting it all out there. They need to come together as a unit, decide that we're all going to play some defense, and we're all going to start doing what we need to do.
Let's see if that works.
And you can't half stop, so you can't get a point here and then walk down and have them score again. They're already ahead.
Ricardo with the rebound. Dixie Green, and I'm agreeing with you. Top of the key, Black, he defends his duties, double team, and can't get it to fall. The ball now in the hands of Otley, another turnover. So the flow flowing in his third place playoff. If you're just joined our broadcast, it's the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League. The third place playoff, Waves and the Rivers. Rivers yet to win the match. Oh, Berhanen. Oh! To slam it home. Was climbing a mountain, but did not reach the top. Shuffled on and in. Otley to Brewer for 3. Rebound in the hands of Brewer. Again, another attempt. And Otley gained the rebound over the hands of Walker. But it goes the other way in the Waves. So says referee Johnson.
And we're getting some flat-footed defense from the Waves right now. That's what allows so many shots. They're just standing and ball watching on the D.
Well, let's see. Berhanen. The pick was set. Now Walker, strong hands, and Shufford wanted to pick his pocket. Walker held on tight, and that's a steal by Dixie Green. However, he was not satisfied, so he gave them back.
I didn't like what he stole.
Shufford for 3. A tip from Ty Walker. He went to Wake Forest.
Yes, he did.
And played some NBA for the Celtics.
Had himself some awards and accolades while at Wake Forest.
So Dixie Green was blocked, and his second attempt, it went in. So he played about 2 weeks for the Celtics back in the day. Has been all around the world playing basketball.
Big player with a pretty decent career. As we take a look at Coach Barker. 5 minutes to go in this game. And let's hear what Coach Barker has to say to his team.
Yo, we can't catch a break. We can't catch a break, though. Exactly. Is that we can't catch a break? No matter how.
Was that you who came over and helped me?
Yes.
Was that you?
Yes, very well.
Don't leave him. Stay with him. I blocked him.
No, but you blocked that come back down.
You gotta clean it up, bro. I was trying to, but he already is in position behind. I blocked him. Behind the ball. That's how I was telling you. If you would have stayed,
Hold on. I really that way in up a top, bro.
No, I'm just saying it would have been nice to get.
Yeah, but I don't get to say anything.
Let's do it. Let's finish out the game. I'll just
Hey, let's go.
Finish on three.
Finish on three. 1, 2, 3.
Finish.
Coach Barker not getting a chance to say what he wanted to as his senior players were going at it between each other. I'm not even sure we could hear clearly what they were saying to each other, but that's not what Coach Barker wanted to talk about. Coach Barker said he initially started off saying we can't get a break.
And then Otley answered and he said, exactly.
And then Parker started talking and that was the end of it.
In the meantime, Parker for 3. Oh, losing the handle was Johnson. Nevertheless, his teammate has recovered. Otley dishing out the shuffle for 3. Rebounded by Forbes. So McLean for the Waves. Thinking of a 3. And the thought came to reality. Whether should we have left for thought? Parker drifts to the left. Shuffled.
He's gonna drive.
Goes around Brown, but Brown stands strong. After he was double teamed, cutting inside is Black. Finishing is Black.
Okay. So you have a 20-point deficit to chip away at with 4 minutes to go. Just over 4 minutes to go. What do you do as a coach?
Well, guess what? You see an up and under of this from Brown. Ball going outside. Should be Waves ball though. See where referee Bolaños picks.
And the question then becomes, how do you motivate your players to give you what you need to try and make a run at it?
Can you give the answer?
I don't have one right now. That's why I'm not a coach.
I could give you another reason why you're not a coach.
Okay.
Because you're just not a coach.
Can't get a break.
So it will be Waves ball. They have a humongous lead of 20 points. Forbes. Levy. Almost a steal. This by Allen.
Levy has had some good flashes, some good moments throughout the tournament.
Levy thought of a 3. Now he takes a 3. He's fouled. He shoots 3 from the line.
I'm not sure of the question Allen is asking.
Allen may be asking, did he soil my shirt? I don't know. I can't tell you. Could be asking anything. Missed the first, Levy.
Sweet Levy takes his second shot and makes it.
Not miss, he scores the second shot. And scores the third. It's a 2 from 3.
And a steal, or giveaway, I should say.
Thank you very
that's
much.
not even a steal.
That's not a steal.
Giving it away.
Oh, a leap from Parks, who can't finish. Wrestling is fast. And it's a turnover. It goes the other way.
I'd shake my head too, big man.
Why would you shake your head?
One man against 3, and they're all clamoring at me.
So 1 man against 3, that means that you can't Foul someone?
There should have been a foul in there somewhere.
Parker for 3. Ball went outside, so it will be Waves ball. So Waves ball, they lead 103-81, a 22-point lead.
Exactly. How did that end up as Rivers ball again?
That I don't know. Otley for 3. Rebound and can't be put in by Allen. In the meantime, McLean and a block by Shufford, but Forbes is there to recover for the Waves as they step up their lead in this 4th and final quarter.
4 points for DeAndre Forbes.
Finding Allen. Was almost mugged. Parker for 3. In and out. From Parker. Brown almost gave it away. He was lucky his teammate was beside him.
If you ask him, he'll probably say he was trying to pass that to Forbes.
Oh, Forbes. Oh, can't finish. Wilson's there, turn around.
Parker.
And he
Parks,
got
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, the roll.
That's Parks.
Parks, pardon me. Well, he looks like Wilson sometimes in terms of how springer they are.
Yeah.
Black goes baseline and finishes. Using his body against Parks and laid it in. Forbes.
Prepared to run some time off the clock, take it down to last 30 seconds, last three seconds and shoot.
Why not? Brown, a floater. And Black comes away with it. The Shufford. And it's taken away. Forbes. He is fouled by Allen. So Forbes wants to shoot 2. But Calhoun makes his way on the court for the Waves.
Oh, now they've called a timeout.
Timeout now being called.
As we take a look at the coach who seems to be signaling in the driver's seat with this game. It's Coach Rowan Robinson and the Waves. Let's hear what they have to say over their corner. The Coach's Corner, brought to you by M1.
Even if you give him for and them double team and stop him now, he's supposed to pitch that back home. You see me? Work on the other end, because I tell you, it's what you do, right? Because I'm gonna tell you what the plans that we have. So when we are look at you guys, we have to look on IQ. And make the simple one them. Don't worry about that. You get me I'm saying? Don't worry about that. Just play the defense and work for each other. Good. Good call. Just work on it.
Coach Robinson there asking his team to continue working together and still stick with the fundamentals that they've laid out as their plan for offense and how they want the ball to move. It's still 1 minute and 48 seconds left in the game, but he still wants them to finish with that same intensity.
And same energy.
And same energy. And there you have a look at Mr. Brown, Jermaine Brown. Wasn't there a high jumper or an athlete named Jermaine Brown?
Was what?
An athlete.
Or
broadcaster?
Broadcaster. Both.
Okay.
Wait, they're not the same person though.
They're not?
No.
Okay.
You have a Jermaine Brown who's a track and field athlete.
Right.
Jermaine Brown who does sports at a local TV house.
Oh, okay.
Sports house. Or media entity in Jamaica.
So he has a famous name.
Or a popular name. None of it's famous. Not because you're popular, you're famous.
And not because you're famous, you're popular.
Not necessarily. Yes, it goes that way. But another turnover from the Waves. From the Rivers, pardon me. Waves ball. Forbes. He's running down the clock. Dishes off to Brown. Getting some minutes tonight against Shufford. What's the ball on the floor? Dishes to Forbes for 3. Rebounded by Calhoun. Johnson. A jumper from Johnson. The rebound taken.
That's Davis.
I thought McLean would have reached it though, but the long hands of Davis told the tale. So it will be Waves' ball as Johnson stepped out of bounds.
Still diving for it, still scrapping for it is Johnson.
Well, the final coming up later on this evening, and that should close off the Elite One Caribbean Basketball League winter season. Had the summer season last year as the winter. Then we're going to have the fall season. Brown for 3. An air ball. Exclamation point.
Wow. I believe that would be considered way off the mark.
Way is relative.
I believe that the emphasis on way off.
Yeah. Either using two A's or 1. Oh, a steal by Levy to Forbes. Two-hand jam from Forbes. DeAndre Forbes with 7 points on his belt. Johnson goes baseline, and a foul called on McLean. Will be Rivers' ball. A 7.2.
7.2 seconds left.
On the clock to close off this third place playoff. Shufford. A 3 from Shufford, and finishing with a 3. However, finishing without winning a game in the winter season.
Well, wow. How do you sum this up? I'm trying to find the right words to say. I mean, they have caliber players. They have players that can do what they need to do on the basketball court, but it just didn't happen for them because they didn't come together as a team. It's a little unfortunate, but you end the season without a win. And the Waves team, to their credit, though they didn't make it to the big dance, they certainly did themselves proud in receiving that third place win. So we look forward to the finals now, and we look forward to see what's going to happen in this one as we take a break before we come back from the Elite One Caribbean Basketball Championship, the 2023 winter season. Myself alongside Sean Grant. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.